give us your grace and mercy, and that you continue to love us despite us, and we're just so thankful.
Hey guys, thanks for joining. I'm about to do a radio interview on Blog Talk Radio called Women and Money, What's Keeping Us Broke. So I thought I would go live so you guys could listen in. Hey everyone, if I don't speak to you individually, hey. They're praying us in right now. Hey Sandrika. So go ahead and share the video, share the scope, and take some notes. And give me some hearts.
All the information that you will have today, when you have.
Hey Lena. Hey Thea.
It's an issue that we're facing today with the large amount of debt in each of our homes. And I pray, Lord, that you will speak a word or give out some information.
Can you guys hear okay?
For women and also men.
Oh, thank you to Angela Factor. I'll be trying, girl. Hey Michelle.
Thank you for Lady Lena and Karen for the platform that you've given them.
Hey Trishina. Great.
Them in a mighty way. So Lord, we just thank you for this show. We pray that you'll get all the glory in it. And we pray
hey Oriana.
Someone will be touched by what it said today.
Oh, thank you, Andre.
They will apply it so that they can see a change within their lives.
Absolutely.
Amen.
They
look at money and how they deal with it. So we're just so thankful and we're grateful today.
I'll get you his name, Angela. I'm not sure. Amen.
All right. Thank you, Lena.
Thank you so much, Minister Spaz.
Hello.
Lady Danielle, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Yes. We're going to go ahead and get started. Can you please give us a brief bio of yourself? And just let the listeners know, how did you get started on this path that you're on right now?
So just a little bit about me. I'm a master life and business coach. I actually got started as an executive coach. I was a vice president at a Fortune 10 firm. And after going through my divorce, I realized that when women don't have an additional income, we struggle. And so I had to figure out how to close the gaps for myself financially. And that's when I started using my gifts and talents to create products and services out in the world so that I could feed my family. And then realizing it was possible and looking around me and seeing all the other women who were struggling from paycheck to paycheck, whether it be because they went through divorce, whether it was because they someone in the family got sick, someone lost their job, got laid off. It didn't matter. But we're always the byproduct of a bad situation. And I realized that women being the byproduct of a bad situation was leaving us in poverty, and that if we didn't do something about it, we were going to continue to struggle.
What do you mean we are the byproduct of a bad situation? Can you expound on that for our listeners?
Absolutely. What I mean by us being the byproduct of a bad situation is that if you look at the numbers, if you just look at the facts, women make up the primary part of the gender that's in poverty. 85 to 90% of the women make up the people that are in poverty. And if you look even deeper, we're also 80 to 85% of the caregivers. So that means the people that are caring for the population are also the people who are in poverty. If you look at the numbers of women living paycheck to paycheck, about 75 to 80% of women live paycheck to paycheck, even to the point where we wouldn't have $400 for an emergency if an emergency were to come up. And then last but not least, women do 75% of the world's work, but we only have 10% of the world's wealth and 1% of the world's land. So the numbers as it relates to women and money are dire. Now, it's not the spending power. Women have spending power. We control about 72% of all purchases made, but we've not taken the time to correlate that spending power and that buying power into money that's in the bank and money that's in our pockets.
So what strategies, formulas, and different ideas have you developed that will help women to save and take control of our money? Can you share that with our listeners at this time?
Absolutely. Number one, we have to realize that as women, we don't have a money problem, we have a knowledge problem. Because traditionally, we were taught that the man is going to take care of you. And when that flaw, when that bubble happened in culture, where it was no longer women staying at home, we missed the memo. We missed the memo that Prince Charming is not coming. We missed the memo that now we have to make the money ourselves and we're accountable for that money. So number one is the knowledge. And women have to understand that if they're not willing to do something to get the knowledge, they're going to continue on their current path. That's number one. Number two, we have to realize there's been a culture shift. And the culture shift is that if you don't demand your worth, people will not pay you. So as women, where we've been taught that we're going to get paid magically, it seems, we've now got to realize that if we don't step up and negotiate our worth, then our worth is going to be worthless. As women, we've got to realize that we can't keep hanging our hats on material things. That it's more important for me to have $1,000 in the bank than it is for me to have an $1,000 purse on my arm. The things we're doing to make us feel good as women are the things that are keeping us in poverty. And we're not doing it for the attention of men. Men don't even know. That man don't know if you got that purse at the dollar store or if you got that purse at the Fendi store. He don't know. You're doing that to impress other women, and it's not impressive. Least of all to me, because I know if you ain't got $1,000 in that $1,000 purse, I'm not impressed. We've got to take the emotions out of money. Somebody sent me a message the other day talking about they felt like a message we sent them was rude. No, you were feeling some kind of way because you asked for your money back for a service that we delivered. And once we gave you the service and even offered to give you your money back, you still was feeling some kind of way because you had to ask. And so, no, we weren't rude. You're emotional because you're emotional about money. And when women don't take the emotions out of money, what ends up is you feeling sorry for this person, leaves you homeless, leaves you hungry, leaves you broke. Who can tell you that they can't pay you X, Y, and Z for your services? You don't call my worth. You can't tell me my products are too expensive. If you don't want to move around, but you're not telling Walmart that, and you're not telling Nordstrom that, and you're not telling JCPenney that.
I really like the idea of the quick coach. How did you come up with that concept? And how are you marketing the idea of the quick coach?
So, being somebody who was able to build my business and leave my job. See, it's a lot of coaches out there saying, let me teach you how to do this, that, and the other. Oh, I'm going to teach you how to transition out of your 9 to 5. How you going to do that and you still working your 9 to 5, boo-boo? So I've been gone from Chase as a vice president for, it'll be 2 years, March 31st. It'll be 2 years in a couple of days. And so what I realize is it's not just about you quitting a job. Anybody can quit a job. Can you stay off that job and make some money doing it? And that's what I've proven that I can do. I've proven that I can build multiple businesses that make multiple streams of income that have put me in a position that more than likely I'll never go back to a job in that work capacity again. I might be a consultant or some kind of, but I'll never go back as a worker. And I know that if I can do it, other people can do it too. And so I tracked my progress and what it took for me to actually leave that job. And I know for a fact that if people are willing to make the sacrifice and do the work, then they can leave their jobs too. And so that's where the quit code came from. It's a program designed to show people exactly what it takes. Before this, there was no exact science in leaving your job. But I can honestly tell people that if you follow these steps and you're consistent and you invest your time, energy, effort, sweat equity, and money, then guess what? You'll be able to leave your job also.
Yes, yes. Awesome. Well, we're going to open up the line for listeners and viewers for questions. Do we have any other callers on the line that would like to speak with Lady Doniel this evening? Do we have any callers that would like to chime in?
While you're waiting on them, do you mind? I have a couple of more points that I want to round out. Is that okay?
Sure, go ahead.
So we talked about emotion. We talked about emotions. I have a few more points. Denial. Women have got to stop ignoring their money. We're real bad at it. We ignore what's due. We ignore the bills. We ignore the bank account. We'll let it get overdrawn. And we'll sit there knowing we have a dire financial situation and we won't do anything to change it. And if you keep ignoring your money, then your money's going to ignore you and it's not going to be there when you need it. Fear.
Yeah.
People always say, oh, I'm scared to do this and I'm scared to do that. As women, we've got to be afraid of the right things. And we should be afraid of being broke. And we should be afraid of getting our car repoed. And we should be afraid of sleeping outside. Anything else, it may scare me, but I got to move forward in spite of it. Next is lack of partnerships. Women have got to start working together. Bill and Bob and Steve and Joe works together to get that money. We're so busy competing over here that we are getting left out and it's hurting us all. And last but not least, if we don't shift our mindsets about money, then your money will not shift. Until you realize your greatness, until you realize your potential, until you realize that you could be a millionaire just like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey. It doesn't matter. Are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to stop making excuses? Because you can either make excuses or you can make money. You can't make both. But until you shift your mindset about money, you're going to stay working a job. You're going to stay struggling paycheck to paycheck. And you're going to stay putting your legacy in jeopardy. That's all the tips I had. I just want to make sure I covered all of them.
Yeah. Well, you made, absolutely, the points are just phenomenal. I do want to make a comment on the point that you made when you mentioned as far as, spending $1,000 on a handbag when you don't have $1,000 in it. And the majority of the designers, like I told so many, they're there. They've made it. And the ones that have made them get there are the ones that don't have the money. They can really, take care of their family. So I absolutely, agree with that part.
And they don't want us carrying their stuff anyway, y'all. They're quick to tell us that we're not part of their target audience.
Right. That's true.
They don't want us associated with their brand.
Right. Absolutely. Any other callers that would like to chime in with Lady Doniel this evening?
Do you guys have any questions online also? Because I'm lighting up Facebook Live and Periscope.
Okay. All right. Yes, if you have someone. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, I have a question.
We can hear you.
Okay. When you talked about multiple streams of income, could you elaborate on that a little bit more, please?
Ooh, I absolutely can. One of my favorite topics, multiple streams of income. That multiple streams of income means that multiple streams of income means opening up a barber shop, opening up a fast food restaurant, opening up a daycare, working a job, and trying to juggle all of it at once. That's not multiple streams of income. That's multiple streams of foolishness. Multiple streams of income is you take your gift and you make it work for you by creating multiple products and services that are all derived from your gift and your purpose. If your gift is kids, you have 7 products or services designed for kids. If your gift is women, if your purpose is women, you have 7 products, 17 products, 27 products. Doesn't matter. That's true multiple streams of income. The rest of that is trickles. And you wonder why you ain't getting paid? It's because you're all over the place and you're a jack of all trades and you're a master of none. I teach people how to make true multiple streams of income by creating more products and services. I take people that are making 6 figures and help them get closer to 7, if not 7. But it's about being smart about the packaging and the delivery of your gift. Instead of running around jumping on bandwagons just because folks told you, oh, come do this, you can make some money. Come do this, you can make some money. If it's not your gift, you're not going to make a dime.
Mm-hmm.
Did that help, caller?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you for calling in. Do we have any other callers on the line that would like to chime in? Okay. All right. Lady Danielle, any other pointers that you would like to share with our listeners and viewers?
You know, I really want everybody listening to change the way they talk about money and think about money and act about money, because a lot of times we're speaking broke. We're cussing ourselves out. I tell people, anytime you say, I can't afford, that's cussing yourself out. That's not even giving yourself a chance. And somebody asked real quick, how do we even know what our what our task is, what our true gift is? And what I want them to know is that if you've not gone on a journey to find it out, and I actually teach that in one of my classes, if you're not going on a journey to find it out, then shame on you. Sometimes it's not going to just jump up and bite you in the face. Sometimes you need help to uncover what your true gifts and talents are. And so I want to help women and give you an opportunity to get some free money affirmations so you can learn how to speak money over your own life. If you go to the link bit.ly/speakmoney17, bit.ly/speakmoney17, you can download some affirmations, print them out, say them every day. Start to think of your abundance as being unlimited. Because truly, to be honest with you, Oprah is no different than you or me. She just believed in her gifts. She went out there and she did whatever it needed to take to get her to the next level. And if you're not at the next level, you got to ask yourself, am I doing whatever it takes?
Yes. Absolutely. Powerful, powerful. Thank you again, Lady Danielle, for that wonderful information. The lines are still open if we have anyone that would like to chime in. If you have any questions, feel free to do so. This is open discussion forum.
Somebody asked, can I repeat the link again? The link is bit.ly/speakmoney17. It's 17 money affirmations for 2017. Changes the way you think, talk, and interact with your money. Because you can do it. You can do it.
That's right.
You've just got to change your mind about your gifts and your talents. And whoever lied to you and told you that you couldn't, you got to be able to look at them and say you can. Go ahead, Lady Lena.
No, I totally
agree. It's a mindset. Lady Dornio,
I'm here.
in addition to your affirmations, what do you think about dream boards? Do you think that they can be as effective, or they go hand in hand?
You know, we don't do dream boards over here. We do action boards. And let me tell you why. I've seen so many dream boards over the years just gathering dust. You know, it's one thing to have a dream. It's another thing to act on it. And we are executionists over here in my camp. Meaning if we have an idea today, we execute it tomorrow. And that's right. One of my watchers on Periscope said, the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. So if you're going to make something, make an action board. Make a hustle board. Come on now. If you're going to do something, don't just keep dreaming about it. At some point, you got to wake up and go get it. See, that's what we do over here. We wake up and we go get it. Like your boy said, by any means necessary, whatever the cost. Somebody said, what's the difference between a dream board and an action board? The difference is you still dreaming about yours, and I got mine already. Because I took action. You still dreaming about writing that book. I done wrote 6 and got 5 at the publisher. You still dreaming about leaving your job. I've been gone for mine 2 years. You still dreaming about getting an MBA. I got an MBA, a massive bank account. So while you dreaming, I'm acting. And it's this book that I read that said faith without works. You heard me. So if you're not taking action, then all the faith in the world is not going to help you meet me at the bank. And that's the difference between a dream board and an action board.
That was a powerful explanation. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Now, would you use the same scenario, Lady Danielle, for a vision board as well?
You know what? I don't. I do my vision boards, like I said, my action boards a little bit differently. All that sitting around cutting out in the magazine. No. I have a formula that I actually give my clients to use that keeps them balanced so that they're not just creating a board about their life or their health. They include their family. They include their finances, their future. I have a formula that I have them use, and it's a proprietary formula. And the last time I shared it, somebody else was running around sharing it. 2 or 3 people. So I said it must be good. I'm going to wait and get the book out first, and then I'll tell y'all in the public. I shared it. I said I had somebody do a live event using my formula. I said, wow. Then I saw somebody doing daily scopes using my formula. I said, ooh, it must really be good. So I'll wait and get the book out first. You know, I'll keep telling my clients privately, but I don't think we put enough balance on the board. And then who's going to hold you accountable? Since when do you let a sheet of paper determine how much money you earn that year? See, if you don't keep somebody on your team that's hustling like you hustling, if you don't keep a coach in your face about your money, then don't be surprised when your money is conspicuously absent at the end of the year.
That's right. Well, you know, that's another point that I would like for you to expound on as far as surrounding yourself with people that are on the same path as you. I think that is so vital.
Well, let me tell you something.
So many of us don't.
That's it. Let me tell you. I was telling them this morning that there's this mastermind that I want to join. In order to join, it is $30,000 a year, and you have to have $10 million in investable income. Not a $10 million house, not $10 million in houses and cars. You've got to have $10 million in stock market and real estate outside of your primary residence. But I plan on going and joining in the next 2 years. And the reason I say that is because I know that they're having billion-dollar conversations at the table. You understand what I'm saying? You've got to get around people. I just kicked off a class yesterday called Monetize Everything. And in that class, we're having $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 conversations. That's my beginner class. That's my beginner class. Chopping up $300,000 on the calculator to show them that it's not as hard as you think to get there. That's my beginner class. Because if you're not sitting around like-minded people having elevated conversations about money, your money will not elevate. Stop having $5 and $50 and $500 conversations with people. I can't do it. It taints my mind. Matter of fact, the last conversation I had with my new executive assistant, I think we had $730,000. We were talking about for one launch. It boggled my mind until I said it about 4 or 5 times. So you got to have those people that you can say, who did Oprah tell about her first billion? She had to say it before she could see it. You understand what I'm saying? So she probably told Maya Angelou, Maya, I think that if I do this and that, I think that I could come up with about $1 billion. And Maya said, you probably can. And that's where the first $1 billion came from. Who are you having like-minded money conversations with? And if it's not happening, what are you doing to make it happen? We're doing an event. As a matter of fact, we're going to be in about 20 different cities, launching in about 50 different cities. If you're interested in getting more money, go to bit.ly/be-a-money-host. We're looking for hosts, ambassadors, speakers, vendors. But more importantly, we're looking for women who want to sit down and have real face-to-face conversations about why you broke. We not going to pretend. This ain't going to be no pretend show. This ain't going to be one of them show up as the best dress shows. This is going to be one of them show up with your bag of bills. And let's talk about what got you there and what's going to get you to your next level. Everybody ain't paid, y'all. So we got to stop pretending like it.
Are you still with us, Lady Danielle?
I'm still here, girl. I just got to the period.
Awesome. Well, I tell you, this is a powerful show. Very, very, you have a lot of a plethora of information here for our listeners and viewers. So, I want to thank you again for taking the time out of your busy schedule for being on the show this evening. And I want to give you the opportunity to go ahead and make any announcements for any upcoming events and any information that you would like to share with our listeners and viewers. Please feel free to do so.
You know what, Lady, they over here laughing at me because I got Facebook going on. I got Periscope going on. My assistant that came in and brought me a cup of coffee. I'm fixing a cup of coffee and blocking trolls all at the same time. But the funny thing about that
I see.
is that we are all that talented. We are all that talented.
I see you got all that going on.
We all can multitask just like that. When are we going to start charging for that greatness? And that's the difference. So what I have going on, I just started a class called The Power of Me, M-E, which stands for Monetize Everything. And it's a 10-week class. And in that class, I am teaching them to monetize everything. For too long as women, we have called what we do for the community, what we do for the world, what we do for our jobs, we've called it a blessing. And that we're blessed to be a blessing. And what happened is we've blessed everybody but ourselves. And so I have a group of people, a group of women who are just tired of being tired. They're tired of being tired and they're ready to change their life. And if you go to the link bit.ly/money2 quit, you can start on the journey.
Awesome. You know, Lady Danielle, and listening to everything that you're saying, and I often say the same in so many different ways. You know, if we stop trying to compete with each other, we could get so far. And stop looking at what the other one has. And the only person stopping you, and the only thing stopping you is you.
You know what, Lady Lena, before I got on this call, you was in my spirit, and I don't know why. And I wanted to tell you, too, you know, just, you know, if you need help monetizing what you're doing, reach out to me. I believe in creating win-wins. And I believe in when people do stuff for me, I believe in returning the favor. You reached out to me. You reached out to my team. You didn't have to. And I believe that anytime somebody does something for you that they didn't have to, that you should return the blessing. Now, that's how the world should work. Doesn't always work like that.
That's how it should be. Right.
So I want to make sure... I want to make sure... Go ahead, baby.
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I want to make sure that I offer that to you even offline. Because sharing what I know, I've already paid the price to get here.
Yeah. That's powerful. That's powerful. And you're right. You know, that's what this platform is about. You know, it's not about me. It's about, you know... Well, God gets the glory, first of all. But all of us have a gift. And so it's about other individuals applying your gift, coming on the show, talking about whatever's on your mind, whatever God has called you to do, and finding your purpose. Because so many of us are just stuck. And so, you know, I thank you so much for that opportunity.
And, you know, here's the thing. And this is for anybody listening. You don't have to be stuck. You don't have to be broke. All you got to do is wake up tomorrow and say, not today. And if that means you go into your freezer and you see a bag of fish and you thaw that fish out and you fry that fish and you sell you some fish plates, not today. That means if you go in your freezer and you see a whole chicken and you make some chicken and dumplings, I'll buy a plate. Not today. Look at your neighbor and say, not today. You have total control over your life and your finances and your money every day when you wake up. The amazing thing about life, and he even said it in the word, he is no respecter person. That means what he did for Oprah, he'll do it for you. What he did for Tyler Perry, he'll do it for you. What he did for Beyonce and Jay-Z and Michael Jordan and Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, he'll do it for you. He'll do it.
That's right.
But you got to get up and ask. You got to ask somebody in the world to partake of your gifts. When we wake up in the morning, take apart what Oprah has already earned, what Warren Buffett has already earned. When we wake up in the morning, we all wake up at a zero net worth. We have all not earned any money today. And it is on you what you do that day to change that number from 0 to 50 or 100 or 1,000 or even $10,000. The other day I had my first $40,000 day. I couldn't believe it. $40,000 in one day. I couldn't believe it. But the story is that wasn't always the story. At first I had to have some $4 days. You hear me? Then I had to have some $14 days. You're not listening. And then I had to have some $24 days. I think you lost, family. I had to be consistent. I had to be consistent. Then I had to have $104 day and celebrate that. And then I had to have some $504 days and celebrate that. It's levels to this stuff. It's levels to this stuff. But your consistency will pay you if you're requiring people to pay the price. It's levels to this stuff. If anybody tell you that you're going to be an overnight success, baby, overnight success took me 5 years.
That's right. It takes time. It takes work. And so many of us want a quick fix. We want things to happen overnight. As much is given, much is required.
And sis, he said faith without works. I asked the other day on one of my broadcasts, I said, how many products do you have for sale? How many products and services do you have for sale right now? If you're watching, answer that. Put a number up on the screen. How many products or services do you have for sale right now? Some people said 0. That's why you earn 0 a day. Some people said 1. That's why you earn a little a day. You know, I'm on the plus side of 100. And even Cloverleaf for now, if you've not packaged those products and services, you could be the product all day. You're still not going to make the level of revenue that somebody else that has packaged their products. But then I start catching my clients come across the screen talking about 14, 18, 20. And then you wonder why they're making more money. And then it's simple math. Do the math. How many products and services do you have available for people to purchase? Walmart is a $1 billion organization because they got hundreds of products for you to purchase. We're not taking our creativity and packaged it. And when you don't package it, you don't give people an opportunity to buy it. You keep giving it away for free.
Absolutely. Phenomenal. Well, again, Lady Danielle, this is an awesome, powerful show. And you've given out some great information about our topic this evening, women and money, what's keeping us broke. And, we've covered quite a bit. And, we have a long way to go. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. So, again, I say if there's anything else that you would like to share with the listeners and viewers, please feel free to do so. We have more time left. We have about 15 minutes left to go. So feel free to go ahead and talk about anything that you would like to share with them.
We're going to be like I said, we're going to be in Indianapolis and all over the country. And the theme is the race to freedom. And, as we close out today, I want you guys to really think about what is your freedom worth to you. And when I say freedom, I mean a lot of different things. I mean freedom from a job, freedom from stress, freedom from robbing Peter to pay Paul, freedom from being alone and not trusting other women, freedom from being in fear and held hostage, and your greatness being pinned to the mat by doubt and procrastination and perfection. So when I say the race to freedom, what I mean is that we only have a limited amount of time. We only have a limited amount of time. I don't know how long he's going to let me do this. You don't know how long he's going to let you do this. But I know he placed me here for a reason. And Kendra, Ashley, Falashade, Kim, Sandrika, I know he put you here for a reason too. And so you got to ask yourself every day, am I living the reason that I was put here to my fullest? Am I 100% educating the people that I'm supposed to educate? Because look, I see thousands of people every day online. Everybody's not going to sign up for my class, but I'm going to change some lives. I'm going to change some lives. Somebody's going to hear what I say today, Lady Lena, and they're going to say, I remember that day I was listening to that woman and something in me shifted. Are you being the messenger that God created you to be? Or are you so scared of the sound of your own voice? Are you so scared that somebody doubting you, that somebody will question your authority? People say that all the time. Well, what gives me the authority? God gave you the authority, baby.
That's right. That's right.
You were born with the authority. When he told me he created me in his image, I don't need no more authority. I'm empowered. I'm certified.
That's it.
And you are too. So whatever is keeping you from launching your voice, you've got to decide to come to grips with it today. And if you can't come to grips with it alone, you've got to get help. They say there's safety in numbers. When I start a class, about 3 weeks in, we do a meet and greet. We introduce each other. Because this becomes part of your family, your business family. Everybody needs one. You got to ask yourself, who's in my business circle? Who's my business sisters? Who can I call if I'm struggling? Who do I call if I have a question? If you don't have that level of support, it's very hard to make it out here in these internet streets. It's hard. It's rough out here in these internet streets. You gotta almost have a gang affiliation. And I'm just being honest. Who's in your gang? So get the help, ladies. Don't feel like you gotta be Wonder Woman, Superwoman, Catwoman. Baby, I wrote a post about 3 years ago. I said it's official. I am hanging up my cape. I'm taking these tight behind pantyhose off. I'm putting up these shoes that hurt my feet. I'm no longer leaping buildings with a single bound. I refuse to stand in front of trains anymore. I'm done. I'm done being Superwoman. And that was the day I started hiring people. And now, at almost 20 people later on my team, I'm still pushing the delegate button. March was my month to delegate. I said, you know what? Even these bills is finna be delegated. I don't like looking at them, even though I got the money to pay them. That's my old mindset. Let me delegate anything that does not allow me to spend time with my people and be a visionary. What are you delegating, ladies?
Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
I think I might have hung up on us. Are you here? What questions do you guys have? Thank you guys for hanging out with me. You know what's funny? I've been getting these trolls, making cups of coffee. I've been doing it all on this podcast right here. You better ask yourself, what are you delegating? And if you don't have anybody to delegate it to, then shame on you. Thank you, Angie. And you know what? That's right, Bad Nurse 74. If you show me the status of your women, I will show you the status of your nation. A nation cannot be wealthy without wealthy women. And just being honest, I don't want to be around broke women. I want to be around women with the power to get money. So when I say broke, I don't necessarily mean, hello. Hey, did the call drop? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I'm still online.
All right. You know, I wanted to open the line to the ladies are making comments on Facebook and Periscope, but I wanted to extend the last part, the closing, to anybody that has questions. I want to type in questions.
Okay, guys, and so I'm still on. So is there anybody that has questions? And I'll put you on speaker too, Lady Lena, if that's okay.
Sure, absolutely.
All right, Angelique, I'm be waiting. Is there anybody that has questions? I know that's right. They not my clients talking about they working today. They writing books. This is our writing day. You have to. That's a time management tip for those of you who don't know. You have to have a day of the week that you dedicate to the things that you need to get done. And so we normally write on Sundays. Go to church and write. Do you support these ladies skip work day? Don't understand it here in Sweden. That was a question. When do you know when it's time to start delegating? You know, your finances will tell you. At the first point where you're limited as to how much money you make, you have to turn around and bring more hands in. And for every person you bring online, it's going to increase your ability to make revenue. Dawn said, why haven't those who haven't pulled the trigger pulled it yet? A lot of times, Trevi, I'm going to answer your question too. You know, that's personal, Dawn, but a lot of people haven't gotten any help. And when you don't get help to move to the next level, it's even harder. If you could have moved to the next level by yourself, you would have done it already. So at the point where you say, okay, I can't do it alone, let me get help, that's when you really start to move the envelope. Somebody else asked, Lady Lena, how do you delegate without feeling like you're losing control? And Gary Vee had a great answer to that. And this is something that I executed this month, and it's working wonders. You have to trust that everybody is grown and that everybody is going to somewhat do their job. It might not be perfect. But if you have a team of 10 people and they all perform from, say, a 4.5 to an 8.5 in getting stuff done, that's still about a 6.5 worth of stuff you didn't have to do yourself. I can have 100 projects going, done and completed at a 7 or 8 and still making money while you over there trying to perfect your one because you don't trust nobody to let it go. That's number one. Number two, I call myself hiring the best of the best. My brand manager, Portia Chandler, she's a beast. My chief technology officer, Van, she don't play with the game. My email management person, Kiara, ooh, she's a fool with it. I can keep going down the list. Everybody that I brought on board, Candace is killing it, is good at what they do. So you let them operate in their greatness, and you spend your time operating in your greatness. Coach Sophia been working all day to get my classes in order. Alto V's working to get my videos in order. That's just the way it is. Somebody said, how do you advise that women get the courage to change their mindset from being institutionalized? You've got to learn, read, and execute. LRE. Learn, read, execute. Keep it going. It is a transition. And you got to stop double guessing and double thinking and overthinking it. There's so much you're going to learn while you're executing. Stop being afraid to make mistakes. You got to stop being afraid to make mistakes. And it's the same. Whoever answered that question about transitioning off your 9 to 5, follow somebody that's done it.
Yeah.
There, you know, Tony Robbins says success leaves clues. Who's done it? Get some help. Can you speak about being new in your field and still being confident, although you have less experience than others? Let me tell y'all. Y'all don't know other people's experience, Terry. It's some people putting stuff out there every day that's not equipped to do what they do. They don't have the knowledge. They don't have the passion. They don't have the information. So as long as you've got a heart for people, doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. It matters, can you deliver results? Do you have a heart for people? There's people out there that's been doing it forever and they're not good at what they do.
That's right. And you know, another thing, Lady Danielle, that I noticed is fear. A lot of people allow fear to set in and instead of faith. You know, you have to step out on faith.
You know what? I want to address something real quick. Somebody said, and I want to dispel the myths, and I want to teach you something about money real quick. Somebody said, it is possible to be happy while not living up to your economic potential. And I'm going to challenge that because it's not about the money. The law of compensation is that your compensation is in direct correlation with the number of people you help. That's why Bill Gates is rich. He's put out an operating system that 90% of the world uses. So I'm going to say that it's not about my money. If God put me here to serve millions of people, I will not be totally happy until I've done what God put me here to do. So how can you be happy living at beneath what you're capable of doing? I will never be happy playing small. Not when God created me to play big. I will never. It's not about the money. The money is a byproduct. The money is a byproduct of helping people. Look at Oprah. Oprah has a household name, a show that has arguably changed the lives of hundreds and thousands of people. That's why Oprah is a billionaire. Anybody you talk about that's made a lot of money has impacted a lot of lives. They've touched a lot of people. So it's not about the money. The money is a byproduct of you living the purpose that God put you here to do. The money is a reward for being brave. The money is the reward for being obedient. And even delayed obedience is still disobedience.
Wow.
Ooh. Markeith Braden said that's pseudo happiness. You become content in your unwillingness to place a demand on your potential. I'm going to reread that because over here reading is fundamental. And sometimes we get it twisted when it's some big words. He said that's pseudo happiness. And what that means is that's replacement happiness. You've said, let me just agree to be happy. Is it happiness or is it complacence? Is it happiness or are you jaded? Are you happy or did you just say, I'll settle? You become content in your unwillingness to place a demand on your potential. It reminds me of that quote that says your greatest fear is not that you're inadequate. That's not what you're scared of. You're scared of your power. I don't know, Lady Lena. I don't know why you let me preach today. You ain't gonna never have no Sunday dinner food with me.
Well, hey, I had nothing to do with it at all. This is God. This is God, and I thank you so much for being who you are and being obedient, because that's what it's about. We have to be obedient. And this has been a powerful show, phenomenal. So much information was shared. And, again, before closing, if there are any last announcements, feel free to do so, and we'll go ahead and close.
Guys, just get your affirmations. Change your speech. I'm here every day on Periscope and Facebook Live every day at 6:45 to 7 a.m. ish, around that time, Go to bit.ly/speakmoney17, speakmoney17. This is how you start to change your money conversation, is by changing the way you talk about money to yourself. Thank you, Lady Lena.
You're welcome, Lady Danielle, and thank you again, and thank you everyone for taking out the time to participate in this show this evening. So until next time, know that you are amazing. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you. And Stephanie, that's a good point. Stephanie said, I think people confuse having money with materialism. And that's very true, because the truth be told, I don't spend a lot of money. Just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean you spend a lot of money. I spend money on the things that matter, like making sure my mom could retire from her job, and making sure my kids don't have student loans when they leave school, and making sure that I leave a legacy of land and businesses. I spend money on stuff like that, but my closet is so amazingly bare that you'd be surprised. My shoe stand in my closet is so amazingly empty, you'd be surprised. And I have like one purse, and it's not name brand. So the things that I have, you'd be surprised, but you see the reflection in the way I spend money in my bank account. I don't have a lot of material stuff. When I left corporate America, I said, I'm going to scale back. Oh, we all do, Soul Journey Her. And what I take away is your fear of earning it. I have no fear of earning money. I still have some other money fears that I got to work with. Ooh, but I ain't scared of earning money. And when you work with me, that's the one fear I take away from. Now, we still got other work to do. What I'm working on this year is not being afraid of investing money. So I'm taking my second real estate class. So, and then I said, I want to own 25 properties this year, and I want to start investing in the stock market. So, there's categories of fear. You can't just say money, but as long as you can earn money, you're going to be pretty okay. That's why millionaires lose their money, get it back, lose their money, get it back, lose their money, get it back. Because once you know how to earn it, even if you don't save it, you go earn some more. I know I'm going to get them 25, girl. I'm going to go get it. You know, another thing I did, I wasn't moving fast enough on the real estate, so I just delegated it. Hello? When something ain't working in my new world, I delegate. I hire somebody, I delegate. Because I'd rather delegate and get it done than try to hold it myself and not get it done. You're going to get them too, boo. Just hang in there. You're going to get them too. Let me go get these girls back to school. I love you guys. You got 6 more days to join Monetize Everything. Do not allow my words today to go to waste. There's money out there with your name on it, but you don't know how to go get it. Get with me and my team. Quit playing with your greatness. We steady getting money. You steady missing money. It don't have to be like that. Love you guys.